Hi, I'm Brian Crombie, and we're going to be talking on the Brian Crombie Show. We're going to be talking about politics, arts, business, and social issues on the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. Good evening and welcome to the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. Well, it's New Year's Eve and it's a new year about to start, and I think we really got to think about what's important in life. We got to think about what we want to achieve in 2021, and we got to look back on 2020. And it's been a fascinating, different, challenging year. But I think that's taught us some things too. And so I thought that it would be completely appropriate to invite to my show tonight a registered psychotherapist, Atul Mehra, a wonderful gentleman who's as I mentioned, a psychotherapist, but he's also an author, an international speaker, and a wonderful guy that I've had a chance to share numerous different breakfasts and meals with. And he's given me a lot of good advice over the years. So, Atul, welcome to my show. How are you?
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much for inviting me for this wonderful show. And I'm doing very well because especially we are at the beginning of New Year. So it brings, new hopes, new positive vibes, and everything, is going to change because we have to put that mind, we have to have that mindset to think positive, to do what we couldn't do last time, and understand and, create new things. This is what, we are trying to do in this New Year Eve, and this is what we are here to talk with and for this invitation.
So you I think, put out a message that, I completely agree with, but I think is completely appropriate for New Year's, which is feel positive, think positive, do positive, look positive, and give positive.
Absolutely. That is very important because...
Is this just like the secret in positive thinking, or is that all you need to do is just be positive and everything's going to turn out okay?
Well, that is the first step, which is very important because, look, I work with lots of clients, lots of patients, and, we have this, all the year 2020 has been with anxiety, with depression, and there has been so much mental health issues. People don't know what to do, and they're still going through it. Yep. Let's hope, that the vaccine is coming maybe this month or next month. Let's see how the things go. So it becomes very important to maintain that positive attitude because positive is very important at this time, because if I'm going to let myself, go away with negative things, it's going to make me feel bad, going to make me feel, negative, then it's going to self-loathing, and those all negative thoughts are going to come. And I already have had enough of that this whole year, and I think it's time to start with something positive, with new energy, hope. New vibe, exactly, hope. And positive, and be positive, and be positive.
Okay, so that's number one rule. What else do you recommend people think about, as they start a new year, start afresh, and hopefully things are going to open up, and we're going to be back to, if not normal, some new existence. What other suggestions have you got?
One of the things that I have seen, most people, they have lots of issues with relationships. Yep. And especially they don't have very good relationship with themselves. Let us say a person comes...
Hold it. You are yourself. How can you have a relationship with yourself?
It's very important because if you don't love yourself, let us say if you are looking for that acceptance in others, because I want to please others, and because if I don't do certain things, I will not be accepted by the society, by my friends, by my relatives. So that things makes me feel inferior, and it creates lots of judgment for myself. Then I might become someone's interpretations, and then I start doing bad things. I start thinking bad and negative about me. Then I try to then extend that thing to others. Let us say if I'm sad, how I'm going to make someone happy, or right. Someone comes to me, I'm in a sad mood, and that person is, let us say, very inspired and motivated, and say, hello, how are you doing? I'm not going to respond in the same way.
Okay, so you got to have a good relationship with yourself. How do you create a good relationship with yourself?
So first of all, the main important thing is acceptance. Acceptance is very important. Let us say if I'm divided within myself, then I'm not going to accept myself as a whole. So first of all, I have to see the conditions which are making me unhappy in my life. Let us say if I have certain things, if I have not been able to fulfill certain objectives, or if I have not been able to, like I was saying before, satisfy some needs or please some people, then it means I am not worthy and I'm not happy. So first of all, I have to start accepting myself as I am, the way, what I do. There's a very beautiful exercise I do every day. I wake up in the morning, and I can tell others also. So I give myself a big hug and I say, I love you, I'm with you, and today is going to be the great day, and things are going to come in your life which are going to last forever. And sometimes these positive things I do early in the morning to to energize my brain, to get those dopamine. It's like pumping myself with happiness,
pumping yourself up,
and then I can go anywhere, and the results are there.
So the way you crossed your arms, it almost looked like it was either meditation or prayer, and you closed your eyes.
It's like my way of giving hug to myself that I love myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the way we can start our day. So we always have to create something. So it's like it's my trick, it's my secret, which I've always used in my life. That I always feel that today something excellent is going to happen, which is going to change my life. So I go ahead with this idea throughout the day. If nothing happens, I don't care, because it has made me excited the whole day. It has made me motivated the whole day. But if something happened, nothing like that. So every day, whenever it's possible, oh, Atul, you are going to receive a news which is going to change your life. Oh, something is coming in your life which is going to create a great, shift in your life, and your life is going to change. So I always, amuse myself or create myself with those ideas. Although that's why they say, fake it till you make it. So I know it
fake it until you make it.
Absolutely. So it has happened many times. So it's very important to start accepting yourself, like going back to the thing, because people want to be happy, but they're trying to avoid sadness. So what they're doing, they say, okay, I want to be happy, but I don't want sadness. So they are being divided. So it's very important for you to start accepting yourself, because happiness and sadness are natural.
Both.
Yeah. The soul of happiness.
So you have to accept your sadness.
Absolutely, because sadness is also created by you. Who creates sadness, right? Because I create happiness.
Sadness isn't created by things that happen to you?
But who is ultimately taking the decision to feel happy or sad? It's me.
You. Okay.
Because nobody can make me happy, nobody can make me sad. If somebody says something to me, then how I interpret it makes me happy or sad. So there is a condition.
Okay.
So if I can have that center into myself, so because the soul of happiness is same as soul of sadness. And they both are, trying.
So the soul of happiness is the same as the soul of sadness.
Absolutely.
What do you mean by that?
So it is the same soul or spirit which is experiencing two things.
Okay.
What is happy for one thing can be sad for others, and what is sad for other, happy for someone.
Okay.
So how I interpret those things, so how I am able to move between these two polarities, that's what self-acceptance is about.
Okay, so positive attitude, self-acceptance. What else?
And not living through conditions. That, if I don't fulfill these requisites, these conditions, then I will not be accepted by others. So look that thing. You do the best.
Hold it. What do you mean living through conditions? So what?
So let us say somebody has.
I don't have to be thin. I don't have to have my hair combed nicely. What
No.
do you mean by
I'm not talking about that. Of course, I'm telling you to live like a good human being.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the conditions imposed on me. That, let us say, if somebody says, oh, if my wife is like that, she loves me. If she's not like that, she doesn't love me. Or if I have a car of the year, or I have a profession of the year, or I have a body of a model, then I have a right to exist. Others will accept me. Others will say, bravo, oh, this is the person, etc. Then paparazzi will not criticize me,
right,
etc. So I should not live with those conditions, because those conditions come from outside and make me inferior, because if I don't have those things. So how I can live in peace with myself, so that I can live in peace with other people. So you do your best, and your best is enough. If you don't have a car of the year, doesn't matter, you have a car. If you don't have a profession of the year, it's all right, but you are working, making good money.
Right.
So those conditions, push myself down, and then, I divide myself, I don't accept myself, and it brings anxiety, then brings depression, and these kind of, divided thoughts can take me to commit suicide, or create, other kind of diseases. Depression, etc. So that is why, because people feel that they are not satisfied with what they have, and they always.
So it's not conditions for yourself, but it's conditions that sort of you think that the external environment, the external community put upon us, and you don't think we need to we need to make sure that we're not controlled by that.
Absolutely, and for that I also written an article in my website, that is atulmehra.com, and it says the article, Do We Live in a Sick Society? And it's a whole chapter I created in my second book, which is coming, The Need for Disease.
Well, I want to talk about your books in just a minute.
Sure.
We're going to take a break with Atul Mehra. We're talking about things to think about as we pass from 2020 into 2021, and we've talked about positive attitude, we've talked about self-acceptance, and we've talked about not having conditions that the external society puts upon us, and we need to acknowledge that we don't need to achieve those things. Great suggestions for us. We're going to come back in a minute after some messages with more with Atul and hear about his books. Stay with us.
कोविड-19 का हल सिर्फ आपके पास है। घर पर रहें और अगर आपको बुखार या दूसरी अलामत है तो दूसरों से दूर रहें। बाहर के अफराद से 2 मीटर का फासला रखें, चाहे वो खानदान के हों या करीबी दोस्त। ऑफिस और पब्लिक प्लेसेस पर मास्क पहने, वक्फे से हाथ धोएं, ऑनलाइन सेल्फ असेसमेंट करें और जरूरत पड़ने पर टेस्ट करवाएं। फैलाव की रोकथाम के लिए हमारा फर्ज अभी मुकम्मल नहीं हुआ। हम एक दूसरे के ताउन से सबकी हिफाजत यकीनी बना सकते हैं। मजीद जानने के लिए ontario.ca/coronavirus पर विजिट कीजिए।
अमेरिका और कनाडा में मुकीम पाकिस्तानियों के पाकिस्तान में डिस्प्यूट्स और कानूनी मामलात, बिलखुसूस विरासत, जायदाद और प्रॉपर्टी, नाजायज कब्जा, जाली डॉक्यूमेंट्स, फ्रॉड, फैमिली केसेस, किरायादारी, क्रिमिनल केसेस और लेन देन के मामलात वगैरह की वकालत और मुशावरत के लिए पाकिस्तानी लॉ फर्म चौहान लॉ चैम्बर्स। वेबसाइट www.chauhanlawchambers.com। फोन +92 333 424 7447।
घर खरीदने का इरादा हो तो सबसे बड़ा मसला मॉर्गेज की अप्रूवल, मगर अब ये मसला नहीं रहा, क्योंकि हमारे साथ हैं मॉर्गेज एडवाइजर मोइन अहमद। मॉर्गेज अप्रूवल सिर्फ एक कॉल के फासले पर। कॉल कीजिए 416-666-1563 और $3,000 कैश हासिल करें। सम कंडीशंस अप्लाई। कॉल कीजिए 416-666-1563। मॉर्गेज एडवाइजर मोइन अहमद।
Buying or selling a residential or commercial property is one of the biggest financial decisions most people will make in their life. The real estate lawyers at Alam Law Chambers will guide you through the complete real estate laws to ensure your transaction completes on time and your dreams come true. Reliable and affordable. Alam Law.
Here's to the people, pioneers searching for better, ambitious fortune seekers in strange new places. They're the inspiration behind Zoom, the fast and secure money transfer app from PayPal.
Welcome back and Happy New Year to the Brian Crombie Hour on Canada One TV. So, we're passing into a new year, and I thought that it would be appropriate to bring on to the show Atul Mehra, who is a registered psychotherapist. He's also an author. He's an international speaker, and as I mentioned earlier, a really nice guy. And I think you'll see that and have seen that. Very deep thinker. He's got a bunch of very good suggestions. He's written a couple of pretty provocative books. And some that I'm not sure I agree with. One of them, Atul, is everything that happened to you in your mother's womb?
Absolutely. First of all, Happy New Year.
Thank you so much.
Happy New Year to all the people. Yes. Everything happened in mother's womb. So I have done this 22 years of research, and I have, basically learned from Dr. Vernon Meinhold, a very famous, like I would say my mentor, etc. in Germany. So who has created this new way of doing therapeutic process, which is integrated therapy of in-depth psychology. So using that techniques, we have, not only I have done, but I also lived the moments. And with that research, now 22 years of more than 20,000, thousands of clients, more than 20,000 sessions.
20,000 clients.
More than 20,000 sessions with thousands of clients.
Right, okay.
From 22 years, more or less around.
As a psychotherapist?
Yeah, 90% of success rate.
You come to the conclusion that this guy's right and that you're right. That what happened in your mother's womb is critically important to who you are.
I mean, you live the whole life accordingly. I mean,
you
only
live
situation
your whole life accordingly.
Absolutely, because let us say the language you learn, language you speak. So
if your mother and father loved each other and they had love and you knew that in your womb, you're going to have a far better life?
Actually, not only knowing, because it's recorded. So person knows, like sperm has consciousness that he's a rejected or accepted. So when the sperm is moving, he's carrying the father's information that he is a rejected child or accepted child. And same thing, the information comes from the ovum, which is coming, that mother also, it's an accepted child, rejected child. So that's why it becomes very important when we are planning to conceive. We should have that thing of love that
right away.
Yes, that's right. So that the boy or the baby feels accepted, no matter it's boy or a girl, because we are all human beings. So that doesn't matter. And don't impose those conditions that I want my son to have, blue eyes, blonde hair, and etc. Because if son doesn't have, then it's going to create anxiety. And because he's not able to fulfill those necessities.
So you think that a fetus in a womb will get anxiety if that fetus has brown eyes and the parents are verbalizing that they hope that the kid has blue eyes?
Exactly.
Really?
Yes. Because what happens, there has to be unconditional love of the mother. When the unconditional love of mother is not there, there can be anything. So the child will try to fill it with something else. And that's, create anxiety. He doesn't understand anxiety at the time, but because he doesn't have an adult mind, he doesn't have a mind of an adult, that feeling anxiety is good or bad. But that becomes a natural way of connecting with the mother, because anxiety is anxiety. Analytically, an adult mind knows anxiety is bad, but a baby in womb doesn't have a mind of an adult. He cannot rationalize whether feeling anxiety is good or bad. It becomes a natural way.
He just knows that it's bad.
Exactly. There's no such thing as good or bad at that time. But later, when he feels anxiety, then he realizes that feeling anxiety is not good. When he goes to mother's womb, and then he realizes that anxiety was created there by his own interpretations, because parents have got nothing to do with it.
Okay, so the answer for this, though, is that if any of the watchers, the viewers tonight, are planning on getting pregnant in this year, prepare ahead of time and have a positive attitude, be accepting, don't be critical.
Yeah, and before I want to rescue this thing, no mother is bad, because without her we wouldn't be here. So all mothers are good, all parents are good. This is our mind which interprets. So we cannot finger our parents. It's very easy to put finger on our parents that they did that thing to us, but it's not going to be rescuing my subconscious mind.
Okay, and then you came up with a second book about disease.
Yeah, The Need for Disease. That's my second book.
The Need for Disease.
Yes.
So disease is good.
Disease is not good. Disease is bad. But the question is, who creates that disease? The person creates himself by himself. Because we don't buy somebody's cancer or diabetes. You don't go in the market, you don't find that ad. Okay, I'm selling my diabetes and I will give you 50% discount. Okay, I can give you free, because we create our disease by ourselves. So the question is, there has to be a reason unconsciously to create it. So when we access unconscious, we make unconscious conscious. Like Jung said, Carl Jung, Freud and Carl Jung, he said, until and unless you make your unconscious conscious, that will direct your life, and you will call it fate. So when we...
Hold it. Until you make your unconscious conscious, that will direct your life, and you will call it fate.
Exactly. So when
things will happen to you, and you'll just say, I've got no control over those things, until such time as you actually figure out what your unconscious is all about. And then what? You can control better your things that happen to you?
You can do anything. I have a client who cured her tumor with 4 years of therapy. I mean, and the base was in mother's womb. So, and I have worked from simple anxiety to schizophrenia, and in between everything, and everything goes to mother's womb. And once we start, of course, if there has been physical damage, we cannot do anything, but we can change the information which is constantly going there, so that the person can understand what for that disease was created, because he is creating unconsciously. So when he makes unconscious conscious, he finds the reason.
How do you make unconscious conscious?
So, for example, I think we have a small case, So I had a client who had lots and lots of problems with his mother. So he says, I want to love my mother, but somehow I don't feel that love towards her. So we started working, and we went to the 3 months of when he's 3 months old, and his mother is giving him breastfeed, and suddenly he feels angry. So I asked him, what happened? So he says, my mother is not paying attention to me. She's busy with my siblings, and it seems that she doesn't love me. So when he comes out of the session, he says, Atul, I'm so angry that I want to go and fight with my mother, but at the same time I'm laughing. This small thing can create such a bigger, problems with my mother. So things, after few sessions, when the anxiety went down, he goes back again and brings up the complete memory, and this time he starts crying. So because I asked what happened, he says, I didn't know my mother loved me so much. I said, how come? So he remembered the mother's word. He said, my mother is telling to my siblings to go away because she wants to give me breastfeed, and they are bothering her. So she's
shooing him away.
She's mad at them that they should go away, and it's got nothing to do with me. Nothing else was required. A big bond with the mother was created. That is what I do. So we make unconscious conscious to understand. So I make
by
visible,
remembering past memories.
Yeah. So I make visible which has been invisible in the history or story of person's life.
And how do you make the invisible visible? By what? Getting them to just remember? How do you get them to remember?
So generally what happens when we go to the past memory, we generally get a glimpse what wrong happened with us.
Yep.
Right? But if I can bring that complete picture, let us say I make him visible that there are other things also, because let us say the glimpse of this case was that he just saw his mother not putting attention to him.
Right.
So he just got a glimpse of it, and he felt angry, and at the same time he was laughing analytically that this small thing can take me that. So when I make him visible that what mother was saying to the siblings, so when that understanding came, the subconscious, that problem with the mothers were collapsed automatically.
Okay, so the key here is making the subconscious conscious, thinking about what's in your brain. And I think you told me one point in time that 80 or 95% of what's in the brain is subconscious, and only a small amount is what's conscious. And so therefore...
I used to think that 95 to 97% is unconscious and 3 to 5% is conscious, but I was wrong. Because the conscious part is less than 1%.
Oh my God.
Or generally we are subconsciously conscious, or we are subconsciously unconscious. I mean, state of illusion.
Well, and so much, breathing and heart beating and watching and hearing and stuff like that is all subconscious.
Absolutely.
So actual active thinking is a small amount of what we do. I understand that, but I never would have thought it was only 1%. Anyway, understanding what's going on in your brain is key, and making that subconscious conscious.
Yeah.
And so that's really the essence of the second book, and particularly if you think it to some extent creates a disease. And I don't know if I agree with you completely, but I have heard so many people talk about how a positive attitude can cure, or at least have positive implications on disease, good bedside manner from a physician or a doctor. And clearly lifestyle is one of the biggest causes of diseases right now. Diabetes, type 2 diabetes is going crazy, primarily because we eat too much, we don't exercise enough, we don't sleep enough, we're not happy. So that may be subconscious, that may be us.
There is a holistic way of diabetes. So sugar is often equated with love. So diabetes means lacking of sweet things in life, spending time with family, taking out time for yourself, etc. I was reading, interpretations of that.
Okay, that makes sense.
It can be, very, very useful to understand once we start understanding on a deep definitions of the words we are using, and we try to explore it. New ideas and new, things come up, and you get surprised. Oh, I didn't know. I was feeling so much this thing inside me.
Well, I think that's, even if I don't agree completely with your, the disease is self-inflicted philosophy, I agree with that it can in a lot of ways. And, your book about everything that happens in the womb is so critically important is also very interesting. Again, I'm not sure if I agree with it completely, but, I've heard so many things about success by 6, about how early childhood, about treating the fetus correctly. So there's got to be some truth in that. So I hate to suggest this or to ask this, but do you have another book coming too?
Yes. So my second book is already ready. It's edited, The Need for Disease. And the third one is coming, my unconscious self.
My unconscious self.
And also one is also written, addiction is survival, not guilt, but I'm postponing it to publish because I want to finish first my unconscious self.
Atul, if people want to connect up with you, how do they do that?
So I have my website, atulmehra.com. I am on Facebook. I have my YouTube channel. It's Atul Kumar Mehra. But if you go to my website, atulmehra.com, you have all the information there. And they can, write to me. My email is very easy. It's myfriendatul@gmail.com or atul@atulmehra.com. And my phone number is 905-781-8194. You can contact me, and I will be more than glad to help you the way I can.
Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
So maybe I'll end the show from a New Year's standpoint with a couple of my own thoughts, if I could. I don't have the background that Atul has, but I have had the opportunity to give it a lot of thought over the years, and I've interacted with a bunch of different people that have given me some good suggestions. And so I'll give you a few. Number one, I think most importantly, that vision and mission are critical. We've got to have a vision for what we want. And so have a vision for what you want to achieve in 2021 and write it down. And I think that's critical. And then I think two things that are important for 2020. One is gratitude. And so therefore write down the things that you're grateful for in 2020. And I know we went through COVID-19 and we're still going through it to a certain extent. And it was a challenge, but I think we learned a lot of things. Atul and I have talked previously about how it brought people together. It forced people to think about what was important in life. And so write down what you're grateful for from 2020. And then the final thing, and I think this is really critically important, write down the things that you don't want to bring forward from 2020 into 2021. There may be some behaviors, there may be some actions, there may be some things that happen to you. I'd write them down on a piece of paper, I'd rip them up, and I'd put them in a fire and burn them. And actually do something physical that signifies the things that you're not bringing from 2020 into 2021, and then physically write down the things that you want to achieve in 2021, and then think about those things that you're grateful for and you want to thank people for and thank yourself for that were good in 2020. Anyway, those are my three final suggestions for New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you for joining us on the Brian Crombie Show, Canada One TV.
Meet Kamran Qureshi. Kamran is an expert in providing personalized advices in the field of mortgage services. He can assist in dealing with purchase transactions, all refinance and equity takeouts, financing for primary or investment properties, transfer from other lenders, debt consolidation. Kamran has been providing mortgage services to the community for the last 17 years. Simply get in touch with the expert to arrange a meeting that works for you. Please call Kamran at 647-280-6663.
ज्यूल वन रेजिडेंसेस शहर लाहौर के तिल गुलबर्ग में वाक़े 4-स्टार सर्विस अपार्टमेंट्स, डेली रेंटल इनकम पर मुश्तमिल पुरआसाइश रिहायशी मंसूबा, अदायगी 3 से 4.5 साल आसान इक़सात में, कीमत सिर्फ 1,72,950 से, जदीद तर्ज जिंदगी की तमाम तर सहूलियात से आरास्ता 1, 2 और 3 बेडरूम्स के सुपर लग्जरी अपार्टमेंट्स, अटैच्ड स्पेनिश बाथरूम्स, चाइनीज और स्पेनिश फ्लोरिंग, कुशादा लिविंग रूम्स, इटालियन डिजाइन किचन बिल्ट इन अप्लायंसेस के साथ, खूबसूरत रिसेप्शन एरिया, लॉबी, वसी और अरीज कार पार्किंग, कॉफी शॉप, रेस्टोरेंट, स्विमिंग पूल, जिम्नेजियम, तेज तरीन लिफ्ट्स और बहुत कुछ, जहां मुंतजिर है आप और आपकी फैमिली के लिए ख्वाबों जैसी जिंदगी, Jewel One Residences, आपके ख्वाबों का आशियां।
GTA Real Estate Investments. Pre-construction or resale. Consult trusted realtors. Get first access and incentives. Contact Khalid Aziz or Mashood Khalid, 647-865-2949.
Was your family or business prepared for this financial crisis? Want to learn how I prepare my clients with the essential financial planning pyramid for any financial crisis come their way? Hello, this is Zahid Sayed from Arooj Financial. For your complimentary Zoom or Skype meeting, call my office at 905-624-0008 or visit aroojfinancial.com.
KK Travels believe in providing everyone with first-class customer service. We take care of not only your air ticket, but dignity and respect as well. We are available on WhatsApp anytime for you, even while you are in Pakistan or any other destination. We provide the lowest price guaranteed and are open to price match any airline.
We are KK Travels under supervision of Qais Khan at 905-367-9433 or visit www.qaiskhontravels.com.
Are you looking for a different type of realtor? Meet Sohail Khan, broker owner of Century 21 Innovative Realty Inc. You don't need to know a lot about real estate, but you do need to know Sohail Khan, who knows a whole lot about real estate. He knows contracts, negotiations, research, he knows the market, and he really knows the area. When it comes to real estate buying or selling, Sohail Khan is a know-it-all. Get to know Sohail Khan. 416-822-0305 or at sohailkhan.ca. Experience excellence.
टीम फरहान मॉर्गेज सॉल्यूशंस आपकी खिदमत में पेश 15 साल तजर्बे के हामिल, आपकी जरूरियात और मर्जी के एन मुताबिक कारोबारी, रिहायशी, तामीराती और ज़रई मॉर्गेज सर्विसेज। हमारा कम तरीन मॉर्गेज रेट। टीम फरहान
को एक दफा खिदमत का जरूर मौका दीजिएगा। And this is my personal promise to you, you will not be disappointed.
At Team Farhan, we have a mortgage solution designed for you. मज़ीद मालूमात के लिए 416-569-9294 या फिर विजिट कीजिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.teamfarhan.com.
Welcome to Soho's Fashion Studio, a wonderland of designer and bridal couture, where our in-house designers will design your dream dress and our fashion houses in Pakistan will create it. Find casual to luxury fabrics under one roof. Quality is our #1 priority. We are open Tuesday to Sunday, 12:30 to 7:30. Shipping internationally and within Canada is also available. Visit us at 2275 Britannia Road West, Mississauga, Unit 15. Or call us at 647-967-0351.
एयर विंग्स ट्रैवल एंड टूर्स नॉर्थ अमेरिका की सबसे बाएतमाद और फास्टेस्ट एयर ट्रैवल सर्विसेज। 25 साल का तजर्बा लिए लातादाद अफोर्डेबल ट्रैवल डील्स के साथ एक्सीलेंस इन कस्टमर सर्विसेज ऑन जस्ट वन फोन कॉल। ये है एयर विंग्स ट्रैवल एंड टूर्स। फॉर बुकिंग कॉल नाउ 1855-247-9464 और 905-272-2300. Air Wings Travel and Tours.
Consumer Choice Award recipients and GTA's top-ranked service provider, Dixie Electronics, authorized dealer of all major companies. Shop with a peace of mind, and low prices are always guaranteed.
I promise best customer service and lowest prices in GTA because we beat prices from all major stores and small stores. At Dixie Electronics, our motto is we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Dixie Electronics and Appliances, 5120 Dixie Road, Unit 11, Mississauga. Phone number 905-625-5900.
Life is precious, and health is the greatest gift. The best investment you can ever make is in your own health and life. Take steps now for your health and life concerns, which includes drug and dental insurance, travel insurance, critical illness, disability income insurance, and super visa insurance. We also provide life insurance, RESP, RRSP, and segregated funds.
To make the informed decision, contact Babar Chughtai, your health benefit advisor at 416-816-9210. It's 416-816-9210.